components. So one is the API server that controls the VPN access, and other is the VPN server. So using that API, it controls the access to the VPN server, so the hackers can connect through that VPN server to the BugZero programs. First I'm going to log into my VM in the G Cloud using GSOC. So I'm going to host the VPN service in that instance. So next I'm going to clone the repository that I made. So it is cloned. Now I can go into the BugZero gateway directory. That is it has the source code. So there is a directory called scripts. So and we list the script so we can see init gateway sh. So I'm going to run that script to initialize the VPN. Sorry, here I have to run as a sudo user. So this will take some time. So it first asks the default host name, but I can give any DNS name if that resolves to this instance. So default I use SSL IP.io DNS service. So we can give admin VPN user, then I need to provide the password. So then we ask to change time zone, so we can want to keep the default, and we can provide email for the additional to send additional default information. So you can keep the default SSH port, and it will configure the firewall rules. So if the SSH port is different from that, we can change that, so otherwise we cannot log into that instance. So now the VPN service have started, so we can check the client configuration files and turn on the server. So we can check the server status by so here it says this shows the information. Next I am going to start the API server to control this VPN service. So next I am going to start the API server. So you can see there's two folders, API and script. So I need to go into that API folder. So I am already in the API folder. So if it is a fresh clone, so you need to run the npm install. So I have already run that command. Then other thing is you need to do that you need to configure the env file in the both if you are using Docker or it's a traditional way that with npm install. So you need to configure the env file. So if you are using Docker file, you can configure that argument, and when you are starting a container, you can provide the environment variables. So I am going to use the normal way. So you need to copy that .env.tstub file as a .env file and fill those variables. So I have already filled those things, port and private key. These are base60 encoded keys, and this is actually private keys for only testing purposes, and public key. Actually you really need only public key, and you can configure the block level and skip token check. So if this is 0, and so SSH host, that is the where you host the VPN server. So this will connect to that VPN server, and I'm going to use that private key method to connect the SSH. Then I can restart the API server. Now I'm going to start the API server using npm start. You can see the API service is started from port 3000, and now I'm going to check that API and add a new VPN user using that API and connect it to. So I can refer the pages about the API kite, so you can see how to add a new VPN user using this route. So I'm going to copy that route and add the user method is first. So this is the request body, username as a BugZero user1, and I'm going to give a secret. So this I specified it. Then I'm going to execute that. Before that you need to put the authentication token. So this is as is specified here, that you need to create a JWT token using this field. So for the testing purposes I use for this JWT and create the token and then provide it to here. So now I'm going to execute that command. So you can see the success response here. So next I'm going to connect to the VPN server using provided username and secret that I have configured through the API. So I already have the client configuration file and certificate file, certificate author and certificate file. So then I can execute. So it will ask for the password that I provided through the API. So now I can connect to the VPN using this command. So you can see that connection to the IK2 VPN step successful. So if I can see the IP address of my adapters, so you can see that in Wi-Fi adapter you can see this IP address. This is the IP address that connected to the VPN. So this is the internal IP address. So now this machine is a part of that internal network pool. So you can turn off the service by so if you want to see the connection details, so that I have successfully connected to the VPN, so you can check that. So I will show that. So you can see that one connection is up, that is the connection that I have recently configured. So that's it.